Blue Serpent, and today we're going to be playing Endless Space 2. Endless Space 2 is made by Amplitude Studios, and if you're familiar with Endless Legend, this is a similar game. It actually has one of the same factions that we will be playing, named the Vaulters. Endless Space is a 4X game, and I'm not going to go into too much more explanation. We're just going to dive right in. Didn't mention it, but I probably should have. The Vaulters faction actually has a couple bonuses in the game, and one of them is science. So I'm kind of curious to see how this will play out.
Is this the end of our voyage? We had such hopes at the beginning, though we left in sorrow and desperation. But while they slept through the explosion, I have stayed awake for centuries, doing what I could to keep them alive. To save Zolia, first of the bloodline. But our power, my power, is fading. I can do nothing more for my people, the Vaulters.
The Vaulters are a stubborn, resilient people that have spent centuries seeking a home. Stranded on the world of Auriga, they had to survive the harsh climate and even harsher neighbors. In a years-long effort, they managed to repair their ancient colony ship, the Argosy, and once again depart before the dying planet became their grave. Once more among the stars, the people that now call themselves the Aurigans still seek traces of their past, as well as a safe place to build their future.
I like having someone else read, I'm not going to lie. The Vaulters start off a special node, the Rejuvenation Field. They have a super colonizer ship, the Argosy, which is able to create a colony directly without first deploying an outpost. First task is to find a system for your initial colony. The faster the better. I found at least that with Endless Legend, it was always better to not try to find someplace perfect, but just someplace that worked. Let's see what options we have. Medium, low, low, low. Outstanding. So this would definitely be a good place for research in the future. And let's try it. Take a look at the system. So if it's probably a little vague if you don't know it, but this basically represents the food output, the industry output, the let's call that gold for fun, and then research. Take a look at this one more time, and let's see if there's another one over here. Let's see if we have any bonuses for that. This would be amazing industry. Oh, weak. And and nothing there. Another cool thing, I may have mentioned it, is that you do have like these kind of rifts that you can take advantage of. I might go with this system that seems to be it's not ideal in terms of resources, but it works. And if we ever, this would be useful for industrialization, and these are good for science. I kind of want to go a science-based build this game, so let's go ahead and pick the system. Nice. And let's colonize this planet. It's super pretty. It's been a long time since I played this, so I'm not going to pretend to be the best at this. Congratulations, you've created your first colony. Note this building portal. This is a portal that lets your fleet teleport between your systems. If you build a Never portal and a Never colony, your fleets will be able to teleport instantly from one to the other. Vultures do not need to have their systems close to each other for defense. They are always nearby if you have built portals. So let's see what our... It looks like we already... Maybe we don't have a... Looks like we don't have the resources for it. Looks like we need two special resources. One titanium, and the other is a particular type of gas. So let's see what this shows. Current income. And let's take a look at what our building options are. Cerebral reality, plus 15 science, plus 15 gold. I think that's actually essence, but I'm just going to call it gold to make it a little easier. That's pretty good. How long will that take? 5 turns? Upkeep 4. What was our... Pretty nice. Yeah, let's do this. And then we'll go with that. How's our food? Decent. So we'll up our research and our gold production with these two buildings. And let's see what else we can do for research right now. Military, empire development, science exploration. Trees are actually pretty decent in this game too. I'll probably be playing this a little bit slowly because, as I mentioned, it's been a long time since I played this. So, support model, ecologists. Also allows you to colonize Mediterranean-style planets. Take a look at this one, xenobiology. That's the one we... So these are the ones we already have researched. Machine bacteria. Titanium probes. That'd actually be pretty useful. That is one of the resources we will need pretty soon. Let's take a look at our economy and trade. See if that... Okay, this is one of the resources we do need. Plasma metallurgy. I'm going to take a look again at what's immediately available and then what's useful for us. Because right now we're kind of going towards a science bent. So if we can get something that doubles down on our research gains, that would be pretty awesome. also has suggested research in each field. Here the AI is saying probably. So if you haven't played this, you can use the suggestions. Let's see. So those would be for better ships, xenolinguistics, and that would allows exploitation of titanium. We will need these two regardless. So these are basically support modules we can build on ships. Empire improvement allows us to colonize different types of planets. Movement bonus, exploration. 25% probe vision range on Empire unlocks free movement for all ships. Let's do that one first. Then we'll do this one, and then this one. Okay. Now let's go to the big screen, and I think we should have a probe available. And that should allow us to go exploring. Launch probes. Okay, and that'll be the end of our turn. Petrov Judka. Let's take a look at this hero. So in this game, we do have heroes, and they can be used in several different ways. They can be used as, if I remember right, as governors for the system, which give you different bonuses in system, or they can also act as they have a number of different functions depending on what you would like them to do. So this one is an overseer, focuses on system-wide development of resources and fleet management. It's more oriented towards support and defense, ready to draw fire or provide defense bonuses. Actually comes with a cool ship. Here we can see some of the stats for that ship. So it can be used as a unit. And there are different, each class has different abilities that they can gain as they gain an experience. So we could give the Wanderlust one system output, commanding fleets, and trade. At the moment, I would almost rather her have focus on system resource output, but it also helps to have an additional scout. So let's take a look. Where is our cool hero? No governor. We can assign her governor, and that should improve our production quite a bit. There we go. And now let's take another turn. I don't remember if we have to send out probes to different, how probes work, if we can send them in advance or not. It's been a long time. Subterranean, unknown signal. Lots of cool science. Let's take a look. How do probes work? Launch probes in order to explore the vicinity of a star system. So if we do this, it'll give us kind of a, let's see. So there are like directional things that they can reveal when we send them out. Let's go here. And do we have any other auto explore? Let's just do that. We don't have to micromanage it. Academy discovered. You have accrued enough influence to pass your first law. Open the Senate screen via the control panel Panel to learn more. Active Laws, Oracle of Science. You can research technologies from the next stage of technology. That explains why our tech options were quite a bit more advanced. Okay. Super Tax Act. What is the Dirty Hands Act? Negative 10% system improvement cost on systems. Over is an upkeep. Let's see what this does. So this basically boosts our science production per person, but it also gives us a happiness penalty. That's not bad. If ever happiness becomes an issue, we can do that. Actually, just look at all of them. It actually is nice. It shows the total upkeep at the bottom. We have an income of 18 per turn. So anytime we're building improvements, this will lower the cost of those. I don't see why not. And then this actually shows, so we currently, our political makeup is made up of scientists and militarists. Okay, and turn. New minor civilization discovered. Research complete. So we have shielding now. So we can build advanced scanners for curiosities. Sets the curiosity detection level to 3. Sets the curiosity expedition power to 2. More curiosities will be explorable. Basic fold drive. 25% probe vision range on Empire unlocks free movement for all ships, and we can also colonize savannas now. And the reason I picked Xenolinguistics next is so we can have access to titanium should we need it, and we probably will need it very soon. This probe is going to continue to go out, which is actually good for us, as these systems are not connected. Now, just for fun, I'm not sure. We'll loop back around and go to there. Fortunately, since we did send that probe, we will get a little bit more information from it later on. Looks like we just finished building that. Solo Quest started Chapter 1, A New World Part 1. We left Arugula. Arugia. I don't know how to pronounce it. I know the dude said it. It's not the vegetable. Millennia ago. But to us it feels like yesterday, slumbering in our pods aboard the Argosy. Time was only marked by cold, fleeting dreams drawn out over centuries. Upon awakening, I could still remember a million details of the day of our departure, the bitter, biting winter wind, the smell of the ash fires along the route, the vessel, the bone-shaking rumble of the engines as we speared into the icy depths of space, and Arugia receded to nothing, most of all the guilt, black and heavy in the pit of my stomach, for the kin we left behind. I might have been overwhelmed by these memories had it not been for the crisis that greeted my waking. Our carefully restored craft, the life-saving Argosy, has suffered a grievous wound. Some cataclysmic explosion had knocked us off course, playing havoc with our systems. Opbot, brave, loyal Opbot, did everything it could to avert catastrophe and get us back on course. But even its heroic efforts weren't enough. For eventually, the power failed and we were left to drift. It is nothing less than a miracle that we awoke, circling that endless ruin adrift in space. A A priority was settling a world and surviving. Even if this planet is not a home, it will at least be a refuge. And here we are, possibly safe and yet immediately plunged into another crisis. For no sooner had we planted the Vulture flag into this alien soil than we lost our talisman, the ancient machine who saved so many of us, guiding us through the long night. Opbot has disappeared. We scoured the local caverns and crevices, the cliffs and bags, the treetops, scanning the wilderness, but the truth is even stranger. As we skim, I hear news from the base, even the rushing wind and the radio crackle, unable to disguise the words. One of the interstellar shuttles is missing, the voice says. Opbot must have left the system. So we can choose an objective here. Build 4 defensive ship or ship improvement, star system improvements, or wonders in the Empire. It gives us a different reward. Build 4 scientific star system improvements. Honestly, that's closer in line to what we're already doing. I don't want to alter our path. There we go. Argosy readied. Argosy is now ready for deployment and can leave the hangar and no. Okay, so let's see. I want to say it's a colony ship. There are like no hospitable planets right there. We'd need higher food production to sustain it. Let's see. I think that actually shows up in our little Empire summary. Research complete, xenolinguistics. And it does have flavor text. I'm not going to read all the flavor text just because I think that would slow down this game quite a bit. Yeah, Endless Space 2 is really cool. Like I said, it's been forever since I played it, and I was never really a pro with it to begin with, but it's kind of nice to dive back in. I've been meaning to do it for a long time. The channel just kind of gave me a cool excuse since everyone wanted a strategy game. So I'm going to play a couple different strategy games, and this will be one of them. Technology stage unlocked in economy and trade quadrant. Economy and trade 2. Architect of industries. Be the first to possess 20 star system improvements in your empire. We're already 3 out of 20, so nice. Or rank number 1. Liking the music. For probes, I'm not sure if how many we actually. Wow, we're really blazing through these techs. Done. Academy. The power of the academy has reached level 2. Heroes will start at this level when recruited. Well done. Through fair or foul means, your empire has acquired some strategic resources critical to the creation of a stronger society. Their possession should always be treated with the utmost seriousness. And here we actually, it's actually cool. It looks like we already do have one. 6 different types of strategic resources exist in the galaxy. They can be used to help build more sophisticated improvements or ship modules onto the necessary research has been performed in the technology tree. The screen cuts off a little bit on my monitor, so it's a couple words I can't quite see. When revealed, strategic resources are automatically exploited from your planets, provided the requisite technologies have been researched. Other means of gathering them include exploring curiosities, completing quests, diplomatic exchanges, and buying on the marketplace. Let's see what happens if we click it. So we can actually put that, let's see, study ruins. Should we just leave it there? I guess so. Okay, so let's see what options we have. Interplanetary transport network. What does that actually do? Due to the interaction of gravitational pulls. It speeds exchanges throughout the system. So I'm not sure how that works. And I'm wondering if we have to basically unlock these techs for colonizing these types of planets. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to research that. I think I just have to do that. No research queued. Let me see something real quick. Okay, so for next thing of research, let's see what we have. What does this do? Seeker of Truths. Be the first to successfully search 10 curiosities. There is also a point system. Let's see. Quest log, heroes list, Empire manpower, economy screen, Senate screen, Empire summary. So this is the maximum we can get before there's a penalty. There is somewhere in this menu that shows your progress overall towards victory in the game, and there's different victory conditions. All of the endless games that are like 4X games have different conditions. There's conquest options as well as certain cultural and scientific goals that you can reach. So there's different ways to beat the game. I'd kind of have it hardwired that conquest is the way to go, but we'll see how it plays out this game. Graviton research, tech, science, and exploration, system improvement, science effects, plus 30 science, plus 2 per person on planets. And it allows us to colonize Arctic planets. So if they're happy, portal enhancement, 15% health regeneration ratio on fleets docked on systems where there's a portal. This one seems like a straight up scientific bonus. Let's see. Evolve soils, planetary food specialization, movement bonus, exploration. And so it gives us another planetary science specialization, allows us to colonize arid planets. So it seems like almost all of these have, so this allows us to terraform sterile planets in particular, and it allows us to colonize deserts. So this is unlocked via a quest. I mean, I feel like you could explore the tech tree for quite a while. Planetary landscaping. We will eventually have to focus on population growth. So this allows us to exchange goods on the marketplace. So it's called dust, not essence or gold. There we go. I mean, this is basically free research. Tempted to go that just for that research Actually, this gives us a solid research bonus, so let's go that. Then we can focus on other things a little later. Moon exploration. Vacuum protection. Antimatter shield, squadron shifter, adamantium repair bots. Quite a few different modules that we can add to our ships. Allows terraforming. Let's go with this one and then we'll figure out where to go afterwards. This is colonizable, but not the coolest planet in the world. Though this would be a good industrial system. Let's see what else is out there, and if we want to expand there, we can later in the future. Because we might find something a little better. Expedition successful on Nos 4. Your analysis of the ruins on Planet Nos 4 was successful. 10 XP on all ships. Cool. See, is there anything else in any other anomaly in the system? This is a sterile planet. Gas frozen and gas hot. So there is a tech for terraforming sterile planets, so we might actually look into that next after we finish. You're increasing the duration of your next golden age by 2.3 every turn. The length of the next golden age is capped at 15. I think golden age gives you certain bonuses to everything. Why? Because this is our first colony. Idle systems. Okay, what do we want you to do next? Fairing, ship design. So this would build us a ship. I think it's just a explorer ship. Everything has an upkeep, so it is good to keep in mind that the more things you build, the lower your income. So you always kind of want to keep it balanced. We do not have enough resources for that portal, unfortunately. That's actually really cheap to build and gives us a little bit of extra food. So we're consuming about 30 and then we have a negative modifier. That'd help to offset that a smidge. I still don't know what the interplanetary transport network actually does. So looks like we can specialize the planet a little later on with some of those research trees. We might want to also, when we, 2 upkeep's dirt cheap, and it provides a pretty solid bonus, so let's do that. And you... It's essentially a colony ship, so I'm going to wait before we build an Ever Explorer. I probably should, honestly, this early in the game. You want to explore a lot. See what's in this system. Why'd I click? There we go. Didn't mean to click trade. Colonizable actually has a decent amount of output for crops, and then there's several other useful things in the system. %50 influence, or plus 50 influence, nice. Beneficial effect on the planet. The Argosy is not fully charged, however, you can colonize this planet immediately by paying. Yeah, we don't have that. The colony gives us a golden age for 15 turns. And then click to start an expedition of curiosity. Let's see. Expedition successful, so titanium reserves. And we got a little bit of extra titanium, so that's nice. Analysis of subterranean on the planet was successful. And if you also look, that changed the... basically, we discovered a key resource on the planet, which is nice. I am not sure if we have to go back to recharge our probes or not. Looks like we have 2 left. Probe stock, cooldown. We might have to eventually go back to launch other probes in the future. I'll save some of the probes for curiosity. I might need to build one more of these little dudes. There we go. Build it a little later. Can always stop that if we need to. And build 4 scientific star system improvements or wonders. I mean, we did do 2, but unfortunately it looks like these aren't retroactive. How's our research going? 11 turns. Pollux. Outstanding science output. That is literally the only thing in that system. Okay, well, let's end our turn. Cooperative quest started, words in private. And I remember that there was a tech that unlocked from this specifically. Your soul hero, graduate of the Academy of and Dust Adept, has requested an audience. Something has awakened they confide. The Academy has registered emissions that they do not recognize. The source is certainly an endless manufactured transponder. And if you aren't familiar with the Endless are kind of like a precursor alien race that was technologically advanced, and they left all these different things. And dust is something associated with them. They do not wish to explain further, claiming that Academy oaths bind them from saying more on the subject of how the signal is identified. They show their loyalty, however, in helping you discover the most efficient way to uncover the truth. Whatever the artifact is, it must be powerful and certainly had military applications. Further investigation of military technologies should provide a clue. Unless technology is safest when it is in your hands, not someone else's. So, let's see. pin quest for sure. Unlock 17 technologies from the military quadrant. That's a lot of tech in a very short amount of time. Nice. Looks like we did, I think we're building the ship right now. Perfect. So these are some of the different organizations. So let's take a look at the Senate panel, see if our makeup's changed just a smidge. Nope, still militarists. It's interesting that our hero is leader of this political party. And we have a bunch more influence now. Let's just stack it up. Oh, and we have, I think if I remember right, the Vultures actually can form peace treaties with pirates. So these can become hospitable with the right tech.
Speak.
Support the pirates so their next fleet is stronger. This improves your standing with them and also slightly increases pirate power gains. Buy a pirate mark that you can use to put a contract on another system. So we have quite a bit. This doesn't cost us a lot. You can eventually get a non-aggression pact with them. You can use their systems of portals if you have this ability, so that's pretty huge. So let's invest a little bit of money in them, and we will save up for a non-aggression pact. Doesn't look like that hooks up to any other system, so let's take... And then we'll need to eventually go over there with our new explorer ship once it's built. We're on turn 12. Oh, turn 13. The estimated time for this particular game with the settings I have is 300 turns. Definitely saving up on titanium, which is good. We will need titanium for other ships. That's pirates.
Speak.
So this shows a pirate level. I think that if we just keep doing that, it will keep tacking that up, and notice that I think it's actually incrementally more too right now. So we're getting close to that 300 mark. As soon as we have it, we'll do that. You know, it'll be nice to have a little bit of a quote ally in the region, if you will. And how is our shipbuilding going? Okay, you're already done. And I'll have you go down here. And here are some of the different modules that are already on here. And how do I select you? I want you to go down here. select a fleet. There we go. And now we're set. Now we have 2 explorer ships, so we can have this one explore this arm and this one explore the other arm. Idle systems, so we have nothing in production. I wish the only resource I'm missing is that gas. And we need to be able to find where the heck that is so we can actually take advantage of it. That's cool. What does this do, though? It would basically add 10 production to the planet. Which doesn't hurt. I guess maybe I'm being a bit ridiculous with how system improvement. I still don't know what that actually does. I don't want to just not produce something. I think I need to. Let's see. How is our research doing? Mm-hmm. 6 more turns. I mean, technically it's a tier 3 tech, so it's nothing to sneeze at. Or sniff at, my gosh. I don't want to waste resources on something that we don't need, but the intertrans, I mean, it looks important. Within a star system. Speeds exchanges through the system. Effects. +3 per planets with strategic deposits on them, which would be us. So if we have, how many people do we have? 5. +1 on planet. Only take 3 turns. Yeah, let's do it. You are supposed to be going over here. And you, want you to continue your journey. New minor civilization discovered. Eider. Major empires might be true major players of the galaxy, but you ignore minor civilizations at your peril. Each one has a specific personality, which determines their initial relations with your empire, as well as their capacity to incite pirate fleets in turbulent times. With the discovery of this minor civilization, you are now in a position to contact them, take a chance, and start negotiations. Relic peddlers. Temperate. Let's see who. That's kind of cool. Small dragon-like animals known as the Eider were originally the genetically engineered pets of an advanced spacefaring race that died from a ravaging plague. Left to their own devices in a now empty residence that is high above the surface of a gas planet, they multiplied and evolved into a society based on the ownership of endless relics. As the number of these artifacts correlated closely with the ownership of better amenities and living quarters on the floating stations, exposure to these dust-laden relics expanded their consciousness, giving them control of a vast fleet of ships designated for beings much bigger than themselves. Relation rewards unknown. First contact. It's free. Nice. If you don't know you yet, why don't you come and shake their appendages with them? You have access to simple interactions with this minor civilization, but they will not share their resources. Strength of diplomatic relation naturally evolves positively over time, altering the size of the contributions received, develop better relations, and enjoy higher contributions. Once sufficiently strong diplomatic relations have been reached, the minor civilization will be in a position to be assimilated. This can be achieved by force or through assistance via a quest. But note that once military force methods are employed, other routes are no longer available. Whatever actions you choose, once assimilated, I wish I could drag this over just a smidge. As well as taking ownership of their star system and shutting down new pirate fleet generation, will also gain their special assimilation trait. So temperate, and so every curiosity we get 5 gold. And 5 on gas. That's actually nice because there are all those places that we can get gas researched for habitability. We can have some cool research planets. You also need to okay, cool. No. Okay, nice. So agribusiness. So this should hopefully improve over time, and if we discover this tech, agribusiness, we should be able to positively influence our relationship with them. So VSAC guys seem cool. They're little dragon dudes. Be down with like having dragon dudes in our empire. Okay, how's our tech? The first is successful search 10 curiosities. Lagging behind on that. How about this? 20. So we're a little lagging behind on that too because we need maybe it was a mistake to pick something this far out only because it takes a little longer to research these techs. This is tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and we're literally skipping a bunch of tier 2 stuff. And some of these have immediate benefits, so so it looks like maybe if we complete that quest, that military research quest, we can get some really cool stuff. I kind of want to just focus on improving our tech ability to acquire new tech. Actually, that place has a key resource. No, that would be worth it just for those 2 resources. You are going to go over here. Not the Ying. Swarming infantry, warmonger, militarists. Our relationship has an improved off-world agribusiness. I don't actually particularly need those. They have something more to bring to the table in my mind. But they're also really close and it looks like an aggressive civilization, so I don't know how I feel about that. So the Tican. What type of fleets are these? So we actually probably need to start focusing on military pretty soon just because they have 2 ships and we have like nothing but our hero. I dare. See if there was an improvement at all. I want you to go over there. Is there a particular reason you aren't? You're out of turns. Okay, I think that's good for our turn. And looks like in one more turn that will be complete. Free colonization available. Argosy is now fully readied and can colonize freely without additional cost. Awesome. So we want to... What does this do? Oh, that's right. We want to go with this planet initially, just because it has that extra food production. Actually, let's take a look. This one... Yeah, food and dust. So let's go right there, and particularly that. So pretty. $144. Let me take a look at something real quick. Fertile. See, what is our output on this planet? Our dust output's really low. Evacuate system. There we go. Nice little lineup, and let's see. Might be smarter to do that first, after that. And then, yep, looks good. Hopefully there's not some games give you a research penalty. The larger empire is. I don't remember if this game does that or not. Hopefully not. that was something that always drove me crazy because yeah, you could argue that a large space might be more difficult to have collaboration between different groups of people. A smaller place, it's a tighter knit community, so you have more control, but ultimately I think it's also a numbers game. Larger empires have more resources, more people, and you can have more to put into research. So I always thought that was a bit punitive on games I had done for purely balanced reasons, not as a reflection of real life. So I don't know. I think that's my number one pick with strategy games. Is it always felt like the tech bonus infringement for empire size felt artificial. I think that's a really cool place to end off for the beginning of this playthrough. We will come back to this game. So this has been Blue Serpent. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you later.